Hi. So there has been this kind of chatter with respect to when companies should use frontier models and when should they use the smaller ways or open source. And I think what has led to aggravated this discussion is the US decision to temporarily ban. And now, of course, it has been reversed. I'm talking about the ban. The fable. Now, a parallel discussion which needs to happen is, and that's the reason I'm doing this video, is that what are the kind of tasks which are repetitive in nature? Now, if you look at the horizontal business functions, marketing, HR, PR, customer service, right? So, what are the kind of tasks which are repetitive in nature, and hence it warrants that you use models which are cheaper on open source. I will look at that. So I wanted to take some examples. Okay, so I'm on the AI Central dashboard. So I'm right now on the country calendar agent, and there we will see this part with respect to influencer engagement opportunities. Now, this is something which can, if you look at this can be actually done every day, right? Depending on the kind of category and the value, you can actually, you have continuously look at opportunities where you can engage as a brand. Because this is because this has to be done every day, we can look at smaller weight or open source models, right? So that's one example in in the marketing department. The other would be tracking news in general, right? So if you're looking at competition news, category news, and you want to use it in some manner, that again becomes a task, a repetitive task, which has to be. When I say repetitive task, I'm not saying that it has to be done continuously 24/7. And this if something has to be done every day, every Monday morning, or every weekend, right? So that I'm using that as I'm calling that as a repetitive task. But the other example which comes to my mind in marketing would be the deep research for prospects, right? And I am now going to the signal monitoring, right? This is basically where we are saying that if you're looking at companies who are hiring XYZ or companies who are really used for ABC, right? So those kinds of things. This is again an example of something which has to be done regularly because every company is looking for fresher prospects, right? So this again becomes a warrants that you use models are not expensive. So those are two examples. You definitely have to think about how you can use low cost models. I mean, and that is for marketing. Similar examples, if you look at recruitment, right? So in recruitment, sort of prospects, in a competitive environment, you have candidates. So if you're trying to look at candidates who are active on LinkedIn, who are commenting and putting out their code, and you want to reach out to candidates like this, and which is how smart companies, smart product companies think. How can you reach out to the people who are actively contributing, and if you have a point of view, so then they're just like prospects. So the same kind of discussion that we have for prospect drift now need to be done for candidates. So yeah, those are some examples of repetitive tasks. So always, I think as business teams, we need to kind of always keep an eye out for these kind of things where you know that money can be saved by using models which are not expensive. Thanks.